Thrift or throw it. Thrift it or throw it. Hey, thrift or throw it. Thrift it or throw it. Thrift, throw, thrift it or throw it. Hey, what would you do? I have no idea what came over me then, but I'm possessed by the spirit of a 17-year-old Dallas Cowboy cheerleader. Welcome, everybody, to, as Jennifer says, Happy Soggy Tuesday. Soggy everything for everyone. Today, on Two Dogs Digs, we're here for another one of our fun Thrift It or Throw It shows. So these are the shows that we love doing because I love seeing how everybody votes. So we are going to show you pictures of stuff that we found at thrift stores or estate sales or antique malls or flea markets or wherever. We're going to ask you what you would have done if you saw these. Now, some of them it could be a gut feel. Some of them it could be you looked it all up on eBay's 90-day, eBay's product research, TerraPeak, Worthpoint. You could have Googled it or called it and found a link to it that showed you something that was on sale on Etsy that you couldn't figure out if it was sold or not, but or on First Dibs or Ruby Lane or any of those places. But we want to know what you would have done. Then we're going to talk to you and show you what we would have done. Now, in a number of these cases, my partner in crime has no idea what I did. So he gets to find out here because I actually, when I do this, I have a box that I have sort of hidden in a part of this house. And I walk in the house and I'll take the things that I did thrift. Obviously not the things I threw because I don't have them. I take the things I did thrift and I put them in that box. And so that's how.
And it's my job to, what's in the box? What's in the box?
So a big hello to everyone. Thanks again to everyone who does support us here on the Kennel Club and our new people as well. Tina's here. Jennifer, Lisa, Michael. You didn't make me do that. Susan, who else we got here? Mr. Joel, busy man. Donna. Marianne is here. Charmaine and Mr. Carl. April. Mr. Brian. The other half of the Charmaine. So we got Sandy, Miss Boland, Heather and Bob, and Sherry. I hope Jeff is doing well, Sherry. So yeah, we're going to talk about a bunch of stuff like that. Dawn is here 7. I'm not sure what. I'm just looking at some of the stuff here. Oh, and Adrian's here as well. I don't know if it is wet for everybody. Hey, Claire.
We had a month's worth of rain in an hour.
Something like that. Yeah, we had a lot of rain.
I heard on the radio.
I don't know what else to say.
I heard on the radio that Drake's mansion on the bridle path was flooded.
Oh, I bet you Meek Mill had something to do with that. I have no idea who these people are, but I think they're having a fight. Yeah. I don't think they like each other, and I'm not sure who it's about, but I'm sure. Yay! He's doing good. Jeff's doing good. Yay! So we're going to do that. So a couple of things I thought we'd chat about first before we get into the Thrift or Throw It. Number one, just wanted to remind people about Whatnot. Now, we talked about it in the past. We actually took another break from it again. And for those of you who are or aren't familiar with Whatnot, I'm sure that those of you who are right here pretty well know it because we talk about it all the time. It's a live auction site that you can go on, and here's a bunch of things happening right now. These are all live auctions happening, and these happen to be for all sorts of different things. There's vintage decor, all these people on. We did have a show about it a little while back. Well, we hadn't done it for a little while, and we decided it was time to pop back in again, and I'm glad we did because it kind of kickstarted us into redoing. Hey, Ivan. Okay. It kind of kickstarted us into doing something. And so we did a show on the weekend. And this was literally the number of packages that we ended up getting rid of. We had 18 packages that we sold, and all we sold was Littlest Pet Shop figures, little tiny Littlest Pet Shop figures, and Polly Pockets. And we made $391 in sales in 2 hours, plus the hour and a half it took to pack. So when you do that, and there's our payout, $332, and it's an instant payout, so we literally have the money already. It's something that makes us go, time to get back on the Whatnot trail. So here we actually have plans already. We've got plans for shows coming up. We sold individuals. We sold individual Polly figures. We sold Polly sets. We sold Littlest Pet Shop sets from the ready to go from literally the estate sale we went to in the States 2 weeks ago. I bought 2 little boxes that had Polly or Littlest Pet Shops in them, and I spent about an hour and a half digging through those Polly Pockets and the Littlest Pet Shops and going, there's all our Pollys. That's just our loose Polly Pockets that we still have left over. So we're scheduling more shows for that. But we have shows coming up now. We have a tattoo flash art show because tomorrow's National Tattoo Day. We have a kitschy kitschy ya mama funky decor show coming up on Monday. A vintage action show coming up that's in tandem with I think it's going to be when they're at SDCC, so San Diego Comic-Con. We're one of the featured sellers on that. Then another show in here. We got a show that is also coming up. There's our 206 reviews. So we got all those. We have 2,000 followers now, and we sold 1,700 items in all our time there. So it's a great thing. And again, if you want to know more about it, just let us know. Or you can tune in to watch us. Just go to Whatnot. There's a link that's on our description that you'll be able to take it there. It's Whatnot is like eBay for the youngins, but they are fun. Yeah, well, it's actually a really fun thing. So for us to do. So it's actually quite it's quite easy. Now, we have not done Poshmark lives, and we have somebody in our group actually who is doing their first Poshmark live on Saturday. So if you want to follow, Donna Boogaloo Buys is going to be doing her Poshmark live. So we've actually never even watched a Poshmark live. So Donna, put in the name of your shop on Poshmark, and maybe some of us can tune in. Or if you haven't watched anything, watch Sherry. Sherry's in part of a raid train, the way they work things on Whatnot. Lisa's done Poshmark lives. Well, we'll see. But post a link here. I can't say half the stuff. I said Poshmark live 3 times fast. Poshmark live 3 times fast. But it's actually really an interesting place to get rid of stuff. Again, you have to watch the value you put on things. You have to watch a lot of different things. Lisa says, I hate live shows on any platform. I refuse to watch them.
Well, then Whatnot won't work for you.
And Whatnot won't work for you. But you do like live shows. That's just it. You like taking a booth or a table at a show, which this one does not. So he doesn't mind being my Vanna White hands on camera. So
yes, I've got red hands.
But again, and if we might try a Poshmark live too. But sometimes it's a little slow. You got to learn how to do it. You got to and it takes time. You may only sell 1 or 2 things. You may not sell anything. There's lots of different ways to look at it, but that's just another place for you to actually sell stuff. Speaking of places to sell stuff, well, it's interesting that all of a sudden, if you're a seller on Etsy, your fees are going to increase. Why? Well, Etsy just sent out a thing that they're going to start charging Canadians a regulatory operating fee. What? Yep, beginning August 15th, they're going to charge 1.15% regulatory operating fee. Now, they have not explained what that is. And I actually followed through on this to go, this is in addition to your current selling cost. This fee is charged on the item price and shipping costs. So item price and shipping costs and will vary. But why do they have it? It's because people have introduced this, and it helps us ensure we're able to continue offering our service. There's nothing on their actual site that talks about which country. There's all the different things. Look at that. In the United Kingdom, it's 0.32%. Well, we're going to be way up there on the high part. of it. So I looked on there. So your fees are going to go up by another 1.15%. So again, that just makes, remember what I always say, 17%. Think of that 17% is going to be the cost of you actually selling anything. That's it. So Lisa got that mail today. Don didn't see that. Yeah. Depop is moving fees to buyers similar to Mercari. That's going to be interesting because Depop is owned by Etsy now. So that's going to be interesting. And again, I don't think Depop Canada is doing that great. So it's really interesting to figure out what that is. But
that'll be an
Heather's
interesting
Whatnot was a
discussion
disaster.
to
Yes,
have.
it was. Heather's Whatnot was a complete disaster. I will vouch for it. Let's see. What other thing? Donna said, Posh, they let you learn as you go. There's no training on how to use it like Whatnot. So, well, yeah, I'll watch you and see, and we'll see what ends up happening.
And we'll laugh.
We'll laugh and smile and cheer and everything like that. But yeah, so again, I just wanted to have you keep that in mind. Your fees are going to go up a tiny little bit on Etsy. So it's going to go now from the 15% to the plus the exchange rate, all those different things. Hey, April, and again, it's not for everybody.
I couldn't do it.
Rick couldn't do it, and there's other people who don't want to do it. So that's my understanding. Posh Live is, I think it's an auction, but I haven't watched Posh Live. I've sort of been bad on our Posh side of things. So Lisa wants to let Adrian know. Her dog ate some of the vintage army men. Oh, we found a horse sticking out of her mouth.
Uh-oh.
Pooping those out could be not fun. Anyway, final thing I just wanted to talk about before we get to the thrifted or throw it is watch what you're going to throw, perhaps. Because I did a quick thing and looked at this. And we got this at a garage sale.
Actually, I got it at an estate sale in the States for $1.
And I looked at it and I went, oh, what is it?
We did ask people what they were.
Mortar pestle.
Somebody thought they were for honey.
Huh?
Somebody thought they were for honey. We showed them on a show like 3 or 4 weeks ago.
But I decided, I didn't think when we looked them up, what little I looked up on them, we couldn't really find this mortar and pestle anywhere, right? So Rick is taking pictures of them today because I was going to put them in a Max Sold. And what he did was when he was going to take a picture, he noticed I don't even know if you're going to see it.
There's a name punched into the side.
Right in there. Oh, you can barely see something in there. There's a name typed onto that. You see the name? They can sort of see the name typed onto that. Well, so he decides to look up what it is, and it is called a Jabez Burns pestle. Now, interestingly enough, there's one on Worthpoint that says it's a rare 1800s. Now, I don't think it's from the 1800s, but there are a couple of them on Worthpoint. So what we did was we went and took a look, and I actually ended up going into eBay and went into their Terapeak and put in Jabez Burns and Son. And look at what they've sold for. $55, $89, $85, $66. And this is basically, you see, that's exactly what we got here. And we got 5 of them for $1. 5. So, and these are as sold, or like even that one, $35 was 2023. And this $89 one, it's going to come on, let me move over here. It's not letting me move. I can't move it on that thing. It's sell it for some reason. My mouse isn't working. So always look in advance for what you got. And one last thing I'm going to tell people about. Remember, when you are looking for stuff and you're thinking about boxes and stuff like that, people talk about it all the time. Make sure you check your local Facebook marketplace. Type in something like storage boxes, shipping boxes, anything along those lines. You never know what you're going to come across. For example, I came across these. Somebody who didn't want to sell these anymore was getting rid of 100 of these perfectly sized, brand new boxes for $10. 100 of them. So I bought 100 of these. And in fact, what I did when I got them, this actually fits a normal mailing label, so I can cover up the tequila word on it. They gave me one of the tequila sets for free. So always look for things like that. Just because it's got that on it doesn't necessarily mean these are all brand new boxes. And for us, this is a perfect size for a lot of stuff that we have. And at 10 cents a piece for new boxes, that's great. Tina says, I find great shipping stuff frequently on Marketplace. There's also a link. I don't know if they track all the booths or not. There's also a link in the craft group. You'll see it. There's a post that comes up every once in a while from somebody in Toronto who actually gets lots and lots of stuff that they got for free. Lots of packing material and everything like that. So you can find. So search through craft. I think they did a post last week actually on that. April, your 20-year-old daughter was typing as fast as you tried to do the selling. It worked out better with an extra set of eyes, and you made her a moderator. I'm not sure what that was for. Yeah, each. That's what those things were each. So, Epicure boxes. Yeah, so it's well, she had some 16 by 4 by 4s that Rick had put in as well. And she said that's not a weird size, especially when you sell dolls. And we actually have used it for multiple things. So 4 by 4 is great. So it's a 16 by 4 square. So it's actually good for a lot of different things, surprisingly. So here we go. Dolls, vets' offices. Yeah. Look for us. Go just Two Dogs Digs, and you'll find us in there. You'll see the link again. That should be one in the front of this, which I might have to add. If you do buy on Whatnot and you sign up, you get a $15 credit if you purchase anything too. No, well, it can be kind of coffin, the tiny coffin for evil dolls, tiny coffin. I guess that's what we do it. So it's time for thrift it or throw it, thrift it or throw it. Hey, thrift it. So I gotta start with something that's a little in the weird.
What's the code?
What? What's the code for what?
Never mind.
Well,
I was trying to log into Whatnot down here.
Wow. You want our Whatnot code?
Yeah.
Hold on. You're making me do something outside of the screen, so
yes, I am.
You got to do that.
Let me.
There's our Whatnot code.
You.
Whatnot invite Two Dogs Digs.
That's what I was going to try to get.
That's our Whatnot code.
Okay. Thank you.
And oh yes, Sherry, I did find out. I just got it confirmed today. Max Sold is allowing us to do another push using our codes for Max Sold. So I will put a post into the craft group about that. But if you haven't done a Max Sold, we'll be talking. I think we might talk about that again next week because it's been a while since we talked about that. But we'll get that code in there for sure. So first thing. So I'm going to talk about something that again, obviously I see stuff and there's like, wow, there's something on a wall. I see this huge thing of something on a wall. I go, uh-oh. If there's one on the wall, it's probably not all. And in fact, right here, I can see it's really not all. There's a lot on that wall. So what is this exactly? Well, they were bags of a thing called Celtrexa, lotion to reduce the appearance of stretch marks, and hydroxytone. So these were bag lots. And you can see each baggie was $4.99, and in every bag there were like 4 of these packages. And you can see, like, look how many are there. I could spend like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So somebody who is a distributor or something like that. So what would you do if you saw something like this on the shelf? It's a bag of 4 Celtrexa. I can't really tell anything from this. Looking at the bag, 0551, 02, 107. I couldn't see dates or anything like that. I couldn't see dates anywhere on it. Pardon my chewed finger there, especially a close up of it. And so what would you do if you think I couldn't see? Yeah, you'd look for comps. Okay. Search them first to see. So Heather says throw. I don't look up before I play this game. I like your picture too, Heather. Donna would Carl search them and see if you buy them all. Look those babies up. Depends on the expiry. Throw. I don't think it's an RX. Thrift, if the date is right. Throw. Too many shipping issues with that. Yeah, Andrew's great with that is. It can be an issue. Thrift. Probably throw. Okay, so we will take a look at what do we do? I threw them. And why did I throw them? Well, a couple of things. One, I did try to do as best to look up as I could. And this is what I found is they were really weirdly priced in terms of their sales. You could theoretically go, yes, let me get this. So here's basically this is the packaging. The packagings are all different. But take a look. Here's a 2-pack for $5. There's a 2-pack for $19. There's a single one for $11. So if I get rid of the solds, there's 13 of them here, and they're all over the place for these. There's somebody who offered 100 of them for $146, but they're all over the place. There's quite a few that say from Canada, but I didn't like that I couldn't see something that was consistent in terms of what it was. If I could see that there was a bunch of consistent things in the sales, I probably would have said, okay, consistently, I see these as $10 each. If every packet is $10 times 4, and I get a package of 4 for $4.99, then that's $40 for every $5 I would invest.
It puts the lotion on its skin, or else it gets the hose again.
So I didn't put the lotion on my skin. So I am not going to get the hose again. We don't have to worry about that.
Well, thankfully you didn't get them, because I would not want to ship those.
No, and yeah, it is. That's true. See, when you see stuff, some of the stuff is the pricing is odd. Yeah, Gigi, the puppy. There's the Gigi. So it is sometimes one of those things where you kind of go, well, I just can't figure out what to do with something like that. So usually with something like that, it becomes my, oh, no, I got to pass on that. So next one up is this plate. This is a Lazy Susan. And you can see this literally just came out. You can see when this is on the cart itself. It's right on the cart that just got rolled out. And this is what it was. I saw these skulls. Lazy Susan by Siroa, made from bamboo, carbonized bamboo. And it's got skulls on it. And it's $12.99. So it's unused. It's $12.99. So let me just see. Oh, I think I've got seeing answers on there already. Let's see. Oh, his ears perked. Thrift and keep. Thrift. None of you are saying $12.99 is too high. Thrift. Wow. Tina, you're the only one with a throw, so you got to explain why you're saying throw.
I'm with Tina.
Buy for myself. Thrift. Oh, Soups is a throw. Use a 20% off coupon and thrift it. It's cool. Oh, Carl, throw. It's a pain to ship. Was it Senior's Day?
It wouldn't be a pain to ship.
I can't remember whether that was Senior's Day or not. The price is high, but Heather would still thrift. Thrift. Okay, so Tina said it's all about the price. April is all about the so the 3 people who are saying no are really about price. That's really what it is. It's price on those. Okay. Swoops, I can't remember your name for the life of me. My brain is gone. Tell me your name. So I hate saying that. I hate saying swoops when I know people's names. Because it's like sometimes my brain just gets fried, and today happens to be fried. Halloween is coming up. So what did we do? Or what did I do? Of course I had to get it. So it is in perfect shape. Still has the sticker on the back of it too. Now, the thing is, if you were to look, Holly, thank you, Holly. If you were to look this up, this is actually not something easy to find or comping well. So it's interesting that I looked up Siroa, which is up here. I looked up Wicked. I looked up Siroa, I looked up Saroa Lazy Susan, Saroa Bamboo, like serving tray, all sorts of things. And there are very, very few comps. You know, just see, I think I have one page up here. Like, take a look at this. This is one that I did find, $28.50 for a bamboo Saroa. So $12 for $28.50 with free shipping. No, with free shipping. If I get to clear that out, I got 38 things in there, but most of them aren't actually anything like this. So it's interesting, though, that all of you go immediately, we're saying that, and I think you probably had the same feeling that I did on this, which is this image is something that is wild. And so we are going to probably try and sell this. We probably won't post this until sometime later, sort of like early September. It's not handcrafted because I think this is actually a series that Saroa does. The Wicked is a series of skull stuff that they do. So I think that we're going to be listing this for between 50 and 75.
Yep.
Easily. We have stuff like that and skull stuff. Yep. Lisa said it. Skull stuff sells. Skull stuff sells. So I did pick this up. It is large, but it's not too large that it won't fit in one of the pizza boxes we have. So as long as we got the weight for it, that's the main thing that we have to cover off on that. So, and
yeah,
it's
so Carl, it won't be difficult to ship.
They're sold at Winners. Oh, I didn't. Oh, that would make sense. That would really make sense. But if I look up, I think if I look up Day of the Dead, yeah, that maybe even higher. Maybe. How do you spell the the brand name? It's Saroa. It's CROROA. There we go. I'm just putting it in there. See if something's wrong with my computer. It's like there, it's Saroa. So if I go in here and I just put in, I take out bamboo, you can see in here, there's 182 items right now. There's all that are all Saroa. And if I go and look up highest priced and I look up sold items, $90. Those, we've seen those kind of things before. Those skull plates. Look at those little things. I always tell people to look for that kind of stuff. So, Carl, size doesn't matter. Have we already discussed the raccoon? The raccoon? What raccoon?
One behind you. No.
What raccoon is it that you said? No, we have not. This is something that I don't know a thing about. This is a find at a garage sale, and I don't know anything about him. I cannot find anything that looks like him. There are no notes on him. It looks kind of homemade. It's kind of like somebody decided to put stuff together, and then his head is more of a plaster kind of thing, except he's got a little chip to that ear. He's got whiskers. He's just kind of freaky. And I have no idea what the heck we're going to do with him. But I just decided, like, he's balanced on the one foot. I just decided that I had to get him. I think he was $2 or $3, but it was just one of those.
I think it was $3. Anyway,
folk art kind of things that you just go, okay, I'm going to see if we can do it. He kind of reminds me a bit like this guy up in the corner here.
Cedric. Okay.
Okay.
We will list Cedric on.
We will see what we can do.
$99.99.
We won't be listening for $99.99. That's for sure.
Yes, we will.
Next up, sometimes you see things that are just like, okay, I gotta look inside this box. There it is. A dive mask.
In the box.
Tri-star dive mask. Old stock. The box doesn't look the greatest when you look at it, but I can't find the image of the mask. The mask itself looked like it was in unused shape. So would you buy something like this for $2.99? An older dive mask. We actually see these a number of different places where we've seen this kind of thing before. So we got Greg says thrift immediately. He's the first one. Lisa is thrift. Carl says guessing thrift. Tina's thrift. Charmaine is throw. Okay, we got one throw. Michael's thrift. Susan thrift. Where our doggy? He's somewhere in the house. Interesting. Charmaine is throw, but Brian's bringing it home anyway. Everybody's thrifting except for Donna and Charmaine. Oh, Claire, Diana. Okay, we got a couple other throws. It is a different kind of thing to look at when you see something along those lines. But what did we do with it? Well, we thrifted it, but I don't have it. Why? Because I've already listed it, and it sold within a day for $29.95. Rick did not know this was part of a thrift and throw. Hey, Vinyl. Yep, you got it. Well, that's usually how it goes. One of you says no. Well, that's where you have to get the veto. There has to be a veto. We have a veto that's agreed to between the two of us. But yeah, there it is. That's the dive mask. It was in really nice shape. I double checked my comps. As you can see, I described it as in original box. Looks unused. I don't know if I would have picked this up if it had been loose, but I had to pick it up with it in the box because it was just like, okay, I got to grab this. It's got the old school box on it. And putting that first picture that Rick did, which is a great picture, is something that helped it sell in very little time. Very, very little time. Next one up. What is this? Oh, this. This is something that we saw in the States. I don't see these so much in Canada because I don't know if we have many 7-Elevens around. But this is a 7-Eleven Big Gulp. Look at the size of this thing. You wonder why people like me are overweight. It's because we could buy one of these for 99 cents and then fill it up with a slushie of some kind. So yeah, this is a Big Gulp. Satisfaction guaranteed. 7-Eleven. This one, look at this. Certified filtered, friend of the environment. Why? Because it takes up half of the stuff in a gigantic thing here. It was $3.99. So yeah, it's 7-Eleven, Elisa. So okay. Did it go to a person or a prop house? It went to a person who could have worked for a prop house. That was for the speaker. So thrift, so we're back to $3.99 for a Big Gulp. Thrift, throw. Guess throw. Oh, everybody's saying throw. Oh, you have dozens of 7-Elevens in Winnipeg. I think we used to have a bunch in Toronto, but they all turned into Max, and then they all turned into something else after that. Thrift! Exclamation mark. Thrift, throw. 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 Claire says thrift. Michael says throw. Donna says throw. Winnipeg is the Slurpee capital of the world. Elisa with thrift. You have Wawa. Oh, okay. Throw. Too common in your area. That's interesting too. So that's something that could end up happening. But remember, Sandy, common in your area might not be common for other people. So it could be something that you might think, oh, I see these all the time. Make sure you're always checking stuff to see. Holly's there. Throw. Not a special edition. Thrift. There's a 7-Eleven near your house. Oh, is there? Okay. The Circle K. That's what it's turned into. Yeah. I have a Big Gulp glass, but not that big. Refills are $1. I don't even know, Holly, if they'd still allow you to take this kind of thing in there or not. So a lot. I think we're got about a 50-50 on this for these. Trash barrels full of Slurpees on free. Oh my God, free Slurpee day. So what did I do on this? I threw it, but because of him. He told me I wasn't allowed to get it. It was quite large. Now, the thing is, and this is what I just want, this is kind of one of those thrifted or throw-its I wanted to point out to you because I think that's really interesting when you see stuff like this. Take a look at this. These are similar objects. This is listed for $35. This particular item is listed for $35. But look at this. There are 95 Big Gulps listed on eBay right now. These are completed, okay? So this is sold, completed. 95 sold. That Team Gulp, if you can find a Team Gulp, $70. $50. Take a look at this. $59.99. So I bet you, if you saw this is basically the reason I did it, is because when you look at something like this, you immediately think nobody would want it. This sold for $42. So and one other person has it in their cart. So I just wanted to this is my learning thing too. Look at this. Hello, my name is Big Gulp. $39, $39. Rainbow ones, $29. So if you can find them, and even cups and things like that, like Big Gulp Kiss cups, $25. So if we take off the completed and solds, just so you know, clear all, there are a lot listed, 300 of them listed. But the interesting thing here would be if we were to go into Terapeak, which I have to go all the way down to do this, and I go to research and product research, and we're going to look up here, Big Gulp. Again, this is more so for everybody to go, I would not. I would have not thought anybody would do that. 3 years worth of stuff in here. We are going to show our sales trends and see that there is a Big Gulp. Well, that's got nothing. That's for a car. That doesn't work. So I got to put in 7. Let me add in 7-Eleven there.
Yep.
Well, we still got, look at this. Wrestling cups, $140. Unused paper cups, $115. There's another one of those silver ones, $85. So keep in mind, a Big Gulp could be big bucks if you take a look. Now, I wished I bought that because it wasn't heavy. It was clean and unused. So I think that's the key thing that you want to make sure of, is make sure needs to have something special. Yeah, people will collect almost everything. Ours, that was clean and everything like that. So yeah, I did sort of thing. Horton's has good cups too. Yeah, that's to a degree. That is very true. So don't pass on something like that. Now, we've talked about these kind of things before, but it's really difficult if you can't figure out what something is. So here is something I found, which is $7.99. It was like a kind of tile art that's been framed.
Ooh,
now, I'm not exactly sure what we're talking about here. The hand that grabs the sheep, it looks like a glove that's made of sheep's wool.
yes.
That's the sheep. I don't know what the back of it gives me no help whatsoever. Nothing at all to help me with anything in there. So this was a $7.99 tile set. Elisa's saying that's Noah's Ark. That's Noah's Ark? They only had 2 sheep?
That looks like a hut.
Is that Noah's hand? Okay, let's see. We got a thrift. We got a throw. We got a Old Testament thing, probably Jewish. We got don't bite the sheep's hand that feeds you. Carl's a throw. Oh, thrift is, yeah. Donna says, I like it, but I think I would throw it. Thrift. Too high $1. Throw. It doesn't look like vintage tile art, as others say. It's too expensive. Throw. So a lot of people are saying throw. If those are bull sheep, I have some bad news for Noah. Smash it. My eyes are bleeding. So those are the 2 things I found. So what did I do with them? Now, you saw what Rick's reaction to it was.
I like it.
Rick liked it. And I bought it.
Yay!
Now, here's the challenge. Again, I always talk about some things that you challenge yourself. This is a challenge to me. So I did this. I tried curling it. This is what happened when I curled it. I got it to a German site called, I guess German, OSTAEE, with pictures and stuff. And there it is, or Swedish, Olsken de Lupend, €46 and 5 minutes. I don't know what
we can't see it. It's grayed out. Can you click on one of the buttons down below?
What am I supposed to click on?
Neusten,
Nieden, or Knuvenvargen?
No.
Knuven's not like kiss pissed. I don't know what the hell.
Click on the top one.
Neusten. Okay.
Thank you.
Let me just put this aside for a second.
Basically, you just accepted the cookies for that website.
I hope that's all I did.
Yeah.
So
I
that's
will.
all
I will
old
clean your
school
machine.
lookings. Like this is what I got when I tried to look this up using. I'll go back to this and I will show you. Go on that and I will Carl search. And this is what shows up. Usta, Elgi
Iggy.
Like I don't know what the heck this is. That's all I could find in all of my searches on it. Whatever Usta means, there's Arabia, Finland. Whatever that marketplace is.
Okay, Arabia, Finland is a really good brand.
Vanderpood Antique. Vanderpood Antique. This is an antique. Bork. Looks like there was a pair. Oh, look, a translation. Elgi Reesmeta. That's not translating. Oh, ceramic wall plates with Estonian national pattern. So there we go. We'll see what happens with that. I don't have a lot of information.
That's probably the artist's name.
Elgi Reesmata.
Yeah.
Okay, I will try and Google that really quick and see what happens when I put that name in. If I get something rude.
Elgi.
I just did it wrong. Hold on, I keep putting in the wrong thing. Where is it? Where did Elgi go? I don't know where Elgi went.
No, she's right there. Scroll down.
Copy. I was over here. I'm trying to get Elgi Reesmata in there. Nope. Nothing shows up for them except a bunch of other things. Elgi Reesmets. Anyway, okay. I bought it because I thought it was a funky looking thing. And again, I thought, you know what? For $7.99, I'm going to risk it. We will do a tiny bit more research on it. I probably will end up putting this into Etsy just because of what it is, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, you never know. I tried Google. It's still ugly.
Merry Christmas, Adrian.
Well, thinking of ugly? If you think that's ugly, what do you think of this? It's a baggie of First Lady cold wave rods.
Yes, I feel bad that I cut my hair.
It's this baggie filled with professional cold wave loaves for longer life. Do not boil these. This is a baggie, and in the baggie, there are multiple bags of these cold wave things in there. And the bag was $3.99. I think there are maybe 4 or 5 of these little packets inside. 3 or 4 or 5 packets inside. Oh God, I can smell the perm solution. Look at that. Thrift. Perm roll, let's buy it. Thrift. First Lady, just like Mamie Eisenhower used to use. Thrift. Yours had those as well, and you kept walking. So Jennifer kept walking. So she's a throw. Yep. Thrift, April says. So we're at sort of we're another half and halfy on this. Let me get rid of this other side of that there too. Thrift, throw, thrift, throw, thrift, throw, thrift. So we're 50-50 on this. Throw. Oh, look at there we go. Charmaine is thrift. Brian is throw. Veto time. Thrift, but I have no idea why. You know, Adrian, sometimes that's the reason. Bob says throw. Boring. Throw. Well, what did we do with them? We had to know because it'd taken too much time. I had to buy them. And part of the reason I had to buy them was because they were unopened packages. So that's one of the nice things I liked about them. So they were unused because I actually have seen these rollers before in used packages. So these are brand new packages. Yep, and exactly, Lisa is just about to say, there is a package right now of these. Not sure they haven't sold. There is a package right there on Etsy for sale for $35. So because it was new old stock, I did also look to see if it was anywhere else and I couldn't find it on eBay when I was looking that up. I don't think, but that's why I picked it up. It's old stock. It's sealed. So the nice thing is, if anybody does want these, they are like sealed packages, and we end up with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 packages. So $3.99 is basically 75 cents a package. So even if we decided to list these, that one person's listing one for 35 bucks. If we decided to list these, because some people would probably need more than that many perm rods. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If we list them in pairs and we list them for $19.99 a pair, that's still potentially $50 in profit for something that's just a little baggy like that. So easy to sell, so easy to ship. So easy to buy. So again, a $3 buy. 50% of you said no. And Adrian said yes for some unknown reason. So that was that's interesting. Here we go. Oh, you know my favorite thing in the world? Sports. Go sports. Go sports. I had no idea that sports cards called people gypsy queens, but here is Gypsy Queen. This is a Robert Osuna from the Toronto Blue Jays. These are weird looking cards. So this is a framed card set. So it's like a Blue Jays thing here. Then this has got this label stuck into it. $10 too. And then the pictures themselves are 2 cards. Gypsy Queen and Allen and Ginter tops. I don't know what this is. Like this to me, they don't even look real. But we already got fast ones on that. Throw because of Blue Jays. So that's 100% throw from everybody. That's really interesting. Now, Greg, throw. Mr. Sports, Greg is here. John says throw. Adrian says throw. Mass marketing, throw. Not too popular. Yeah, true. Throw. We got one thrift from Charmaine. Throw.
What did Brian say?
Brian hasn't answered yet. Thrift, throw. Everybody's throwing this. Susan's throw. So we're 100% throw. Oh, we got that. There's the fight again.
Yeah.
I think he said that just because she said thrift. Throw because I know nothing. You know
So
nothing.
contrarian.
Greg is not a card guy, so he doesn't. What would you do, Greg, being a sports guy? Would you still throw or thrift? That's what I'm wondering. What you would do. Throw. Everybody's throw. Okay, well, what did I do? First pitch. I don't know. I look like a raptor claw. That's how I throw. Woo! Everybody run away. You know it's not even going to make first base when or the pitcher's mound. Because I just throw. Not even. I wouldn't even say like a girl because that's insulting. I would throw like a raptor. I don't throw well. Now this is the weird thing. I looked this up, and this is what all I could find on. I found links to this exact thing on a thing called Midway Custom Sports. The only place I could find something like this, because they look like they're just generic cards. $82. And then I even found one that was like it, that was Roberto Alomar on Amazon for $82. But in this case, I'm like you. The brand is Midway Memorabilia. I don't know who the heck they are, but it just did not, like a Roberto Alomar for $80. It just didn't sit with me that I couldn't find a sold of any kind. And I found those things for that. Like, you're Alomar again. I wouldn't have been on that just because I couldn't find anything except an Amazon sale. That's scary to me when I can't find anything but an Amazon sale on something. Speaking of sports, go sports, electronic sports. Look at this from the David Beckham Academy. Head-to-head interactive soccer game. I didn't even know he had an academy.
Did you buy the sports cards or not?
Like a little Tamagotchi kind of thing, I guess. There's little sports things there. You can play soccer in what looks like a blue toilet. To me, that just looks like a toilet lid. I'm sorry. That's really badly designed. It is $3.99 for that. Sealed inside the package. Live the life of a soccer star. This is how you get to play soccer. Play head to head. Tell me that does not look like a toilet. That head to head, that looks like a head. So what do we got here?
Head to head in infrared.
Looks like those things they auction at grocery stores. Big throw. Oh, that was you before.
Those for the card.
$4.99 with a discount. Ooh, thrift. New old stock. Thrift. Throw because it's not your jam. Thrift. Well, oh, we're going the other way. Thrift. Look at this. Thrift. Throw. We got one throw. Thrift since it's sealed, but check comps. Tamagotchi lookalike. Throw. Okay, a couple of throws, but 80% of you were thrift. Well, you know what? You're like me. Not. I originally thought this would have been an automatic. Oh my God, this has got to be old school. This is from. It's not that old though. It was from 2007, so it's really not that old of a thing. And even though it literally was sealed, take a look at this. This is what they're listing for: $6 and less, $1.99. Sealed interactive things for $1. And there are, if I remember correctly, I don't even think there is one sold. There's one sold for $3.99.
Ooh,
which is the price of it. So really surprising to me, because I immediately was drawn to the packaging, like a lot of you were, because we had like an 80% thrift on that. And so again, it's not just about the packaging. You got to do the research. It's that whole thing about the toilet, I think. That's what it is.
After Posh Spice on the toilet.
No Posh Spice on it at all, so it's really hard to say with something like that. Next one, we're going to show you some of my favorite things that you know to sell. Plates. Rick's least favorite things is plates.
Opa!
Always drawn to a funky pattern. Always like, oh, what's that? So here was a funky pattern. All these leopard and cheetah prints. Now, the way that they had priced it, it was kind of weird. Some pieces were $5.99 for 2 of these, $6.99 for 4 of these. It was like all over the place in terms of their pricing. They had mugs as well. They had mugs, which was 2 mugs and 2 saucers for $3.99. So the 4 pieces. And the set is called Jungle Beat by Studio Nova. Now, again, I always look at these things and think, if there is some kind of funky pattern like that, this whole set probably would have cost close to $20 for everything that's in there. So would you put down that Jungle Beat for $20 and pick up all these pieces? Throw. Lisa says I have to look up that. Studio Nova is common. Jungle Beat. Throw. Oh, that's nice. Lisa had a cha-ching in eBay, then one on Etsy. Throw. Not drawn to the prices or the pattern. Meh. Throw. Oh, this is like 100% throw on this from everybody. Well, what did I do with that Jungle Beat? I left the Jungle Beat. Now, I did look that up. There are a couple of Studio Nova ones that are really amazing patterns, but in this particular case, this is what the Studio Nova pattern has been going for. Not a ton of money. You could potentially make a little bit of money on it, just not a lot of money, especially when you're talking about the fact that you've got the shipping that has to come into play for those things. But take a look. Like, there's a whole set, $122. There's a set for 4. There's 4 plates for $24, 4 cups and saucers for $25. So there would be an opportunity. There's just 1 dinner plate for $20. There's an opportunity for you maybe to make some money in there. Again, 4 dinner plates for $50. That sold just less than 7 months ago. It's just something that, again, to keep in mind, because, plates can be really good. So let's take a look at this one. This is a wild kind of plasticky plate. $6.99, and it's by a company which is the weirdest name, C2C, C2C, SEETUSEE, C2C glassware by Mayfair from Winnipeg area, Portage la Prairie, Canada. So it is. It actually, I think it says in there, genuine pig skin. If you see what it says right there, genuine pig skin. Yay! Don't you all want to have a pigskin bowl for your food and things to sit on? That's the design, though. The design is like wild in terms of what that is. The really amazing sort of picture. They really painted that pig before they put it in to stretch all the skin off of it. I think you saw something like that. It looks damaged. No, no damage on it. Quick on the, what did Lisa say? C2C right off the bat? Oh, she immediately said that. C2C. Thrift. Bacon. Thrift. It's like a glass. It's like a plasticky glass. Thrift. Lisa sold tons of it. Throw for you. Thrift. Is it leather? Pigskin. Yeah, we explained that. A few of those in your booth and listed. Thrift. Probably Thrift. It's interesting. I've seen that before. The painted pig. So Thrift, it's so colorful. Yeah, a lot of times it's like it. And again, in some of the cases, did you Worthpoint? Yes, I did. In a couple of cases, it looks like a melted vinyl record. That's actually really good. She sold a C2C Zodiac clock for $100 locally. Thrift. They sell well in Winnipeg. Well, what did I do with it? I left it. And why did I leave it? Well, I did do some research on it. And again, just because I didn't find that it works well for you, I mean, obviously Lisa found it works well, and Donna says she sells it in her booth all the time. This is what I found. There are only 6 sold listings on all of eBay for this, and they really did not grab me in terms of pricing. $27 for the one, 10, 14, $4.99. And if I went to Worthpoint, $1.18, $3. So I mean, there's one, $18. So it might have been an okay buy at $6.99, even with 30% off, $5, $4 US. But it wasn't going to be, from what I could see, anything that was all of a sudden a $50, $60, $70 blowout. So again, something I went maybe, but that's not the green one in where. Well, I just said they put in C2C, I guess, when they put their description in there. A couple more to go just before we go. One of them is this was something that I found recently. This is a set of little topiary candles. These are so cute. And look at this. There's one on the wall. Probably 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think there were 10 of these in total. And they're little candles that are like shaped like little trees. They are priced at, there's no price on there, $3.99 on the picture. Can't show, I don't know where the other picture went. $3.99 for these little topiary candles. What would you do if you saw this batch of topiary candles? They're from 2002. I don't know where my other picture went. From Loblaws, actually. They were sold inside the store. So $3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They're like that big, sort of a little smaller than Barbie size. Throw. I hate dealing with candles. Thrift all day long. It would melt in shipping in this weather. Did you mention it was 108 today? They said I'd be afraid they'd melt. Throw. I'd just go to Michael's. Thrift. Well, if you could always get them and ship them in the winter, sell them in the winter. Throw. No, they're just little like bonsai topiary trees. Maybe you'd have to look it up first. Not a fan of candles. Throw. So we're probably a 70% throw, 30% thrift. And what did we do on these? Rick?
I said no, so we didn't pick them up.
It was 30% off, and I thought, you know what? These are cute little sets of 6.
And my thoughts were aligned with people in the chat.
Exactly.
They will melt.
They'll melt. They'll melt. They'll melt. That's exactly what he ended up saying. It's funny that he actually said that. So I got
Wicked of the Witch. Wicked Witch of the West. I'm melting.
One more thing to show you, which is an interesting kind of thing, and it's still in that same world. We saw this at inside the Salvation Army. Literally went to the cash desk, and Rick went around the corner and goes, "Oh, look, there's something under the glass." So he does know whether we thrifted or through this. But this was the thing that we saw. It was this cute little set here, and we were trying to figure out what it was, and all it had on it was, there we go, Le Petit Prince. It's the Little Prince. It was so cute. Now, I could see a chip already. It looks like it had a couple of little scuffy marks on it. I could see a chip on one of the sides of the bowls on some place. But it was all 4 pieces here. You can see the crazing a little bit in here as well. So it was, again, the reason that we look at this sort of stuff is, think about it, $5.99 for all 5 pieces or 4 pieces. So would you spend $6 on a little set like that, a little prince? Would the little prince be worth your little pittance of money? Poop if damaged. Thrift, don't buy chipped. And dinnerware mouton. I don't know what that means. Throw. Chipped, throw.
Maybe
1 piece chipped. Throw because the chipped. Only 1 piece is chipped, but so probably throw. If it's chipped, give it the flip. You don't buy chips. I can break enough yourself. Well, there's a thrift. Adrian said something about sheep.
Yeah, mouton.
Thrift. So, thank you. Michael's thrift. Parting out the set. Well, here's what I just wanted to show. What did we do with it? Well, we did pick it up. And one of the reasons that we did pick it up, you can see some of the light crazing in there. I think, there's some crazing right around here. It's hard to see with this, but we will show it in the light. There will be some crazing to it. But the interesting thing, this is what it is. Le Petit Prince, Gien, France. And the reason I wanted to show it to you and why we bought it was very simply because of this. This is Le Petit. It is 93 of these items have sold. And take a look at the prices. $149 for a 1989 set. This isn't even that old. Look at this. 125, 74, 95, 129 for a mug. 149 for those 2 pieces. If I search, not by date sold, but by highest price, that plate sold for $450. No, we don't have that plate. So I could not believe when we looked this up afterwards at the prices that this set was actually getting. And so the crazing is one thing, but I got all the pieces in here, so I will grab them. This is what we ended up getting. So here is this. If somebody happens to be a collector, this is why some people, again, we always say, don't worry about chip. I told you I sold that poodle a couple weeks ago. I showed you the poodle with the broken bow that sold for $90. Take a look at this. This has, where is that? Right here. There's a little bit of roughness right there. And this is in great shape. And this has just a few scuff marks on it, but it's not that same one that went for $400. But all of these are going to be a $5 investment that we're going to hope. We're going to list them very, very shortly, and we'll see what happens, especially with the chipped one. So I don't want you to think that chipped is bad, because what did Carl say? If it's chipped, give it the flip. I wouldn't necessarily give it the flip once you look it up, because we've sold multiple things, probably 5 to 6 things a year we sell, that are broken or chipped, and people buy them because they really, really want that plate to go on display. They're not going to buy this plate so that they can use it. So they put this on display.
That's the thing. The chipped things that we sell are typically, the chip is at the back of the piece or on the bottom of the piece, where you will not see if it's on display.
But if you have this piece missing from your set and it's a $150 bowl, you can buy it for $25 from us maybe, and you'll be happy to until you get the better one. So don't let a chip pass up a flip. How's that, Carl? So thank you so much for joining us here today on our Thrift It or Throw It. What would you do? As you saw, a lot of times we all do different things, and that's the nice thing about being random resellers. Depends on your market, depends on what type of things you sell, depends on where you sell it and how you sell it. There might have been things there that you think, I should have bought that. I should have bought that pigskin C2C thing. You might have been able to flip that David Beckham soccer toilet in your area. But so if you can, try that. Think about it. You know what's best for you. But in the other case, you may find things that you go, well, wait a second, I saw Little Prince for $6 and I wouldn't have bought that even for $6. And yet there might have been a couple $100. Or some ladies' curlers. Why would I buy those? Because we've sold those kind of things before and it's old store stock. So hopefully you found a few things today that are making you, I never thought about that. We will see you next week. If you do, remember, go into Poshmark, look up Boogaloo Buys, and you'll find Donna. We'll have her post something about that in Craft. Sherry will post a link for her Whatnot show coming up on Friday as well. And we will post another link as well for our stuff for Whatnot, so you can take a look at us. And then we'll take a look at April, I think, is going to be trying it or something like that. So, and don't be afraid to try stuff like that. So thanks so much for joining us here on a Tuesday. Hopefully the rest of the week will dry out for you. I know that tomorrow will be dry for Rick, Adrian, and I when we go to see Twisters. We're going to see the premiere of Twisters in D-Box, which means we're going to hopefully roll around and maybe the wind will blow my hair away. I'll wear a wig. How about that? Thanks for joining us here at Two Dogs Digs. We'll see you again soon.
My name is Doug. I have just met you, and I love you.
And Doug says goodbye too. Well,
Yes.
Give us a thumbs up. Tell your friends we're here. Thanks. Bye.
Bye.